Hey, welcome back to the Six Figure Mastermind. I'm psyched about today's conversation. We're going to be talking Shopify to see if it's a good idea to sell your stuff for your six-figure business.
Hi Marianne, I have a question. If I'm looking to sell products on my website, is Shopify a good option to use?
Okay, thanks for the question. This is a really good one to investigate. We want to see if Shopify is a good option for selling your products, especially when it comes to building a six-figure business and beyond. Now, I'll tell you personally that I know several Shopify owners who not only have a six-figure business, but a seven-figure and sometimes even an eight-figure business. So I'm not even at that point gonna say that it's a blanket yes, because I want you to make an educated decision, okay? It could be good for your six or seven figure business. It could be maybe not the best thing for your six or seven figure business. So let's dive into some reasons why it could be and why maybe it couldn't be. Okay, the first thing you need to know is you've got to know what you want. Shopify is a very specific niche that maybe you don't have physical products, and if you don't have physical products, you may want to consider another platform. Now, here's what I mean by that. A physical product is something that you can ship in the mail, wrap up in a box, and send out the door. Another version of a physical product is kind of a hybrid between a physical and a digital product. You'll see this a lot in Pinterest, all over the internet, the printable PDFs or the savable PDFs. I would still consider that a physical product, although it is delivered digitally, meaning that the customer is going to buy rights to use whatever you're selling and then just print it off using their home computer or take it to a print shop and have it done there. So I will say, if it's a product that at some point you can hold in your hands, then yeah, Shopify could be a good option for you. Now, if it's a product where you're selling coaching or something that won't end up in someone's hands, maybe Shopify isn't the best platform for you. Shopify is all about convenience versus control. And think about this. Think about all of the different online ways to sell. You've got eBay, you've got Amazon, you've got Wix, you've got Shopify, you've got GoDaddy even has their own platforms. Bluehost has their own platforms. There are literally thousands of different ways to start selling online. And many of them are on the spectrum between convenience versus control. Let me give you an example. Take Etsy. And if you're selling on Shopify, I hope you do cross-pollinate and sell on Etsy as well, but they are two very, very different platforms, okay? I will say Etsy is leaning more toward the convenience side, meaning that if you sell on Etsy, you don't need to build your backgrounds, you don't need to build your website. It's essentially plug and play. You're going to plug in the pictures, you're going to plug in the description, you're going to plug in your quantities, and you're going to press play and send out your orders on your own in your own fulfillment. You don't really need to worry about coding, you don't need to worry about HTML, you really just take a picture and put it up there. So it's very, very, very convenient. That's more on the convenient side. Now, the control side would be closer to a personal blog, right? Or a personal website that's not hosted by Shopify. It would say, you're going to be the one doing the coding, you're going to be the one doing the product placement, you're going to be the one building a shopping cart button, you're going to be the one in charge of coordinating those platforms. That is very, very control based, and not a lot of people who are running six-figure businesses have time for that. It just is very, very time consuming, especially out the gate, which is why Shopify is the perfect middle ground. Now, I will say with Shopify that there is some setup learning curve. There are some things that you're going to want to do right out the gate that do take a little more time, but it's not completely from scratch either. So you're going to have, Shopify talk to a pre-existing merchant account for you. Maybe you have PayPal, something like that. Shopify will connect for you. You don't have to build a brand new button for that, okay? Shopify will also let you do a layout on your page. They'll take your logo and you can put it wherever on the page that you want. Shopify will let you choose fonts, will let you choose styles, and they even have a whole set of stock footage that may be relevant to your product that you can use. Some of it's lifestyle photography, some of it's product photography. That may be useful for you. Again, that's convenience versus control. If it's convenient, great. If it's not, control it. So Shopify is right in the middle ground. It does take some initial time to set up, but once you do, then it's plug and play. So if you have your Shopify store up and running and suddenly you develop a brand new product, or maybe you develop a brand new system or a PDF or something that you want to share with your audience, you can add it to your Shopify store without having to know code, without having to know HTML. Essentially, you treat it like Etsy, except you built the site and designed it for you. You plug in the picture, you plug in your description, you put some trust icons on that page. A trust icon is we accept Visa, MasterCard, or PayPal, or whatever it is form of payment you accept. That trust icon should totally be on there. But once you do that, you can essentially set it and forget it, except for when it comes time to ship, and then when that order comes in, you process that order, you ship it out, and you're good to go. So, that's something Shopify can do for you. You really need to know what your budget is and what your sales volume is. In typical beginning Shopify accounts, you can budget anywhere between $30 and $45 a month, and your account will be up and running with all the custom design features that you're going to need to first get started. But if you're not selling enough product to pay for your Shopify site, you may want to consider one of the more convenience-based platforms like eBay or Etsy or Amazon. Okay, that's going to increase your sales volume, and it's going to increase, enough maybe that you'll be able to switch into a Shopify store. But again, if it's not enough to cover the cost of using the product, that's a no-brainer. Don't use it. It's not for you. The volume also needs to be taken care of. So if you find that you're shipping out thousands and thousands and thousands of this product, maybe Shopify needs to be scaled up into something like Fulfillment by Amazon. An FBA account is what we call that when we use Amazon. So if you're shipping out huge, massive volume and you're finding that you have so much volume that you're actually not able to keep up with the shipments going out, I would just then send your inventory over to Amazon, let them ship it all for you, let them do all of that. That is the convenience-based model. That's what it's there for. Totally throw it into their hands. So those are some things to consider. Is Shopify the best platform for you? You need really to decide for yourself based on what we shared with you today. Good luck shopping and build that six-figure business. Was that helpful? I hope that was helpful in your business. If there's other topics you want to know about, drop me a comment below. We'll make a video for you, get it sent out to you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow.